Hi there and welcome to the Intelligynce software. During this quick little overview video, I'm going to give you a run through of the software, how to use it, and how you can ultimately leverage the software to grow your business. So the first thing you'll notice is our little navigation menu here. We have our Shopify product search, our store search, our Amazon product search, our eBay product search, and our bookmarked tab. So let's get started with the Shopify product search. Now each of these, we try to keep it as simple as can be, so it's exactly what it sounds like. We can search for different products throughout all the different Shopify stores, see which ones are selling the best, how they are performing on social media, and different things like that. Now, while we do have a bunch of different filters that we can configure, and I will cover these in a different tutorial video dedicated to this feature, all we have to do is type in our keyword to see all the products related to that keyword. So, for example, if I type in dog collar, I can see all the different dog collars that are being sold across different Shopify websites. And I'll cover all these different analytics that you see here in the dedicated tutorial video. But this section here is for finding products related to your keyword and seeing how those products are performing. The next tab that we have here is the Shopify store search. Now, while the last feature is about finding products, this feature is about finding stores related to your niche. So if I were to search cosmetics, for example, and click on search, and then what we're going to see are all of these stores on Shopify that are related to this keyword. So obviously they sell cosmetics. And then from here, we get a bunch of stats for that individual store, their top sellers, and so forth. The next feature that we have is the Amazon product search. So I can punch in a keyword here and search for products on Amazon, and similar to the eBay product search, where I can search my keyword and see all the products on eBay. And finally, the last feature that we have is our bookmarked tab here, where as you are doing research and finding stores and products, you can bookmark those stores and products and then come back here to find them at a later date. This way, if you see a product or a store that you would like to research later on, just go ahead and bookmark it, and then you can come here and see all the items that you have bookmarked and then complete your research. So that's the overview of the Intelligynce software. And in the following videos, I'm going to be covering each of these individual features and showing you how to get the most out of each of these features and how you can use the Intelligynce platform to its full potential to grow your e-commerce business. The Shopify product search inside of Intelligynce is used to find niche products that you could possibly add to your e-commerce store. So to get started, we have a lot of different filters here that we can use when narrowing down our selection here. But let's go ahead and get started with our keyword. Let's say that I am selling keyboards. So I'm going to put in my keyword keyboards and then click on search. When I do that, I'm going to get my search results here, all items that have the keyword keyboard inside the title. Now obviously, since I have not used any of my filters here at the top, I'm going to receive all the keyboards that we could possibly find inside of the software, even keyboards that are not being sold, as we can see here. So that is when I would start to use the filters, because I only want to browse keyboards that are actually being sold. So at the top here, we have our social filters, and then we have our store filters. So the social filters are targeting stores that have a certain amount of Facebook followers, Twitter followers, or Instagram followers. And then our store filters, the first option here is I can only browse keyboards that are the #1 seller inside of their store. I'm going to leave that one off for now. We can also target stores that are receiving a certain amount of traffic every single day. So I want to target stores that are receiving over 1,000 visitors per day, for example, because if they're receiving over 1,000 per day, that must mean they're making sales. So I'm going to select over 1,000 and click on search. And when I do that, we are now browsing products that are related to keyboards from stores that receive at least 1,000 visitors to their store every single day. So now what I can do is I can come down here, and let's go down to this one here, for example. We have this White Fox keyboard. It is the #2 best-selling product in the store that it's in. The store receives almost 7,000 visitors per day, and this keyboard is being sold for $169. So since they are receiving 7,000 visitors every single day, and this is the number 2 selling product at $169, I can assume that this is being sold pretty well. So I have a few different options here. I can go ahead and I can bookmark this for later and come back to it and research it later. I can click on this image, and that is going to open up the store and this image and the product inside of that store. So as we can see here, it has 19 reviews, all 5.0. I can view some more images of this product, make sure it's a solid product. I can even scroll down to the bottom here and read the reviews from the customers. Going back to Intelligynce, this button here beneath the item is going to take me to that store that is selling that item. This button here is going to browse AliExpress for that keyboard to see if I can drop ship it from my own store. And then this button here is going to browse Google for that same keyboard. So if we click on AliExpress, for example, we can see that they do not have an exact match for that keyboard. So what I could do is play with the title a little bit, maybe search just for White Fox keyboard and so forth, or I can come back, I can then search on Google instead and go through here and see if I can find a drop shipper for this keyboard. And I can do that with all of these different products. So for example, let's take the black iPad leather case that we have here. It is their number 4 bestseller, and they are selling it for $89.95. If I go ahead and search this in AliExpress, I can go through here. We see different iPad covers, just like that one. And we can see the pricing. This one here is for $30, and a full 5-star reviews after 32 reviews. So that one's $30. We come back over here. Same thing, being sold for $89.95. So that there is a $60 profit if I add that item to my store. Okay? So the product search is for you to find niche-related products that you can add to your store by researching their price, how well they are selling, and also finding a reliable dropshipper that will ship that product for you. The Shopify store search inside of Intelligynce allows us to find related niche stores that are our competitors, and allows us to research them to get product ideas, pricing ideas, and more. So to get started, we have a lot of different filters here that we can use when searching for our stores. To get started, we have our social filters. So we can only target stores that have a Facebook pixel by turning this on or off. Then we have our Facebook page following, Twitter following, and Instagram profile. So if we click on any of these platforms, we can only target stores that have a certain amount of likes, for example. Maybe I only want to target stores that have at least 10,000 Facebook likes and at least 1,000 Twitter followers and maybe at least 1 million Instagram followers, just for example. Or you can leave these on no filter and target all the stores that way. Then we have our store filters. So we can target stores that only receive a certain amount of traffic, that receive a certain amount of daily sales. We can target stores based on their currency, where they are located. And then one of the main features of the store search is that we can see the most popular products for that store. So we can set a minimum price and a maximum price for that popular product. So let's say we want the most popular product to be between $10 and $30. And then when I do that, we're only going to see stores where their number 1 product is between $10 and $30. I'm going to leave all of my filters off for now, and all we have to do from here is search our keyword. So we're going to search for cosmetics, and then go ahead and click on search. Now, by default, you're going to receive a bunch of different results because a lot of stores, as we can see here, sell cosmetics on their store. So what I would recommend that you do is start applying some filters. For example, you most likely only want to view stores that are successful. So maybe you want to only view stores that receive over 1,000 visitors per day and stores that receive over $1,000 in sales per day. So once we select those filters, we can go ahead and click on search, and now we are looking at the more successful stores. So let's go ahead and scroll down just a little bit here, and I will explain all the different numbers that you see here. First of all, you're going to see what the number 1 product on that store is. So going through here, you'll notice each of these images and they each have the number 1 up here in the corner. That means this is the number 1 product that is being sold on this store that you see here. I can also click this little blue arrow and go to the next products and the next one and the next one. And we can view the top 5 products being sold on this store. Not only that, we can see the price of that product. So we can see this product is being sold for $34.95. If I go to their number 2 seller, we can see that is being sold for $199, and then so forth. Now the rest of the numbers are related to the store itself. So this store receives about 4,000 visitors every single day. They do have a Facebook pixel. They have 185,000 Facebook fans, 17,000 Twitter followers, and 31,000 Instagram followers. We can also see how much they are selling per day on their store. Not only that, at any time, we can click this link here to go ahead and visit their Shopify store, see what it looks like, what their layout is, so forth. Once we have a product selected here, we can then click this middle button and see if we can find that product on AliExpress so that we can sell it ourselves on our store. And we can also try to find that product on Google as well to do a little bit of product price research and see where we can find the cheapest deal. At the very top right, we can click this little icon right here and bookmark this store at any time and come back to it later. And then finally, we can click on the Store Inspector to get some more information about this store. So we have our store info, we have the URL, the last time that it was updated, the estimated daily sales for this store, the theme that they are using, and their Shopify username if it's known. Inside of the social info, we can see their social links. So here we have their Facebook and their Twitter. Inside of the product insights, we can see their most recent products that were added to the store and their most popular, their best-selling products. And not only that, we can see a history of products being added to their store. So in December of 2017, they added 13 products. In February of 2014, they added 6 products, and so forth, all the way up to the most recent month. After that, we can view the installed apps, so we can see which apps they have installed inside of their Shopify store. So they have the live chat, and they have the Klaviyo email marketing. And then last but not least, we have the traffic analysis, where we can get a breakdown of their visitors, average time per visit, the traffic by country, and so forth. And now we can do this with any Shopify store that matches our keyword of cosmetics. And I also recommend opening up the store and researching it that way as well. So that's how you can use the Intelligynce Shopify store search to find your competition and related stores, see what their best sellers are, how much they're charging, and you can model your business after theirs.